Love divided by fate. When letting go is the ultimate act of dedication. In the silence of silent hearts and fading hope, this story unfolds. Not just about love, but also about sacrifice, about what it means to give everything and still be powerless against fate. James, a young, suave CEO and heir to a prestigious family empire, has built his life on certainty, control, and achievement. In contrast, Diep is a girl of humble origin, a sensitive soul with a taste for the simple joys of life, fresh air, warm smiles, and quiet evenings. Their worlds are as far apart as two galaxies, but their hearts find each other in sincerity. They fell in love, deeply, quietly, completely. James once whispered to her, "Even if the world turns its back on you, I will still be the last one standing by your side." But even his strong love could not protect Diep from the only storm she could not overcome, an illness that was increasingly haunting her. One evening, leaning her head on his shoulder, she whispered, "I feel like I'm getting weaker, but with you I feel safe." James held her hand tighter, speechless because of the lump in his throat. Back home, he made a bold decision: sell the company, liquidate everything, and send Diep abroad for treatment. But when he shared his plan, a fierce confrontation broke out. His father, stern, proud, and burdened by the burden of legacy, flew into a rage. "Are you going to throw away generations of hard work for a girl?" he demanded. "If you walk this path, you will walk it alone." His mother, calm but sad, said nothing at first. Later, her actions spoke volumes. She left behind silks and social status to return to the simple house where Diep had lived. There, she cleaned every dusty corner, cooked simple meals with tender care, and quietly prepared the house as a refuge for the girl her son loved. The hands that had known only luxury were now feeding chickens and chopping vegetables. She folded the blanket for Diep and whispered, "She's so weak now. At least she needs to be safe." Loved. And with that small gesture, the mother of a dynasty quietly rewrote her own story. As the city sank into dusk, James wandered the streets, no longer a CEO, but a man filled with helplessness. He slumped down on a park bench, head bowed. The pain came not in sobs, but in silence. He fought with all he had, but perhaps love was not enough. Then a name appeared in his mind: Dung. Dung was always there, always behind Diep. He never tried to overwhelm James, never fought for attention. But James knew. Dung loved her deeply, quietly, and had the ability to save her. James made the most difficult decision of his life. That night, Diep returned home, not to recover but to rest. The doctors had done their best. They sent her home not with hope, but with peace. James never left her side. He held her hand tightly as if letting go would break his soul. Then he stood up, facing the only man who could save her. Dung came, his face bewildered, surprised to be called. Not a word was wasted. Sitting under the porch light, James spoke bluntly, "She needs to go abroad." "I've tried everything. But my family, they won't let me. I called you here not to beg, but to plead." "You love her. If you still care, please help her live." Dung said nothing. He stood up, walked to the room where Diep lay, fragile, beautiful, graceful. He watched her sleep, remembered the dreams he'd had sitting next to her. He'd never imagined he'd do it in such heartbreaking circumstances. Then he turned and walked back outside. "We'll get her abroad," he said, his voice even. "I'll take care of everything." There was no need for thanks. There was no longer any competition, only one goal between them: to save the woman they both loved. "I'm leaving," Dung said softly, brushing the dust off his pants. "Stay with her. Don't leave her alone." "You can't." James nodded, a silent vow forming on his lips. That night, the wind rustled through the trees, and James sat by Diep's bed, wide awake, eyes puffy, heart aching. Under the moonlight, he silently prayed to no one and everyone, "Please. If there's any miracle left in this world, let her live. Even if I have to give up everything, I will do it." Outside, the night seemed to stop. Inside, love flickered, a small candle in the storm, refusing to go out.